the course of the next few days and into the next few weeks, we'll see a handful of major adjustments for Warzone and Vanguard, some spanning quick fixes that can be added with just a simple playlist update, others coming in what is likely the mid-season update, the next title update for both of these games. Today we're breaking down these big changes and what they mean here for your gameplay experience, what you can expect, and everything in between. Today, as we go along, feel free to drop your thoughts down below on what you'd like to see. If there's anything I may have missed here that you know of is coming, or that maybe you're just hopeful to see coming, feel free to drop your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and drop a like on the video, and if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button to stay updated with all things Warzone, Vanguard, and anything COD related here on the channel. As well, if you ever pick anything up in the COD shop across either Warzone, Vanguard, Cold War, or Modern Warfare, and you'd like to help support the channel a little further, using creator code Espresso in the support a creator function of the shop helps out tremendously. It's an entirely optional way to support the channel. Do not ever feel pressure to do so, but if you ever do, tweet me a picture. I'd love to shout out some of your generous support in upcoming videos. And finally, a thanks to the COD League for sponsoring this video, but more on them in just a bit. That said, let's jump into it. So I want to start out with the Warzone side of things here, because that's where the bigger game-shifting changes are going to be coming into play, and where honestly it's a bit more exciting when we think about these coming changes for either game. So starting with Warzone, firstly, on the immediate horizon here, we're going to see two fixes inbound for two things that right now shouldn't be performing as they are. Firstly, there's going to be another nerf to the Bren here. We saw that as the Season 2 update, we had an inadvertent buff to the Bren that kind of reverted it back to pre-patch. So it was by and far away one of the best weapons, if not the best weapon in Warzone, out of the gate here, out of the integration. Then it got a little bit of a nerf, and then this update for Season 2 reverted it at the same time as that PPSH inadvertent buff as well. Now, one of those, the PPSH, has already been taken care of, and the Bren has been acknowledged to have a fix inbound. It's just a matter of when. That's something that we don't necessarily need to see tethered to a title update, so that could happen as of this week, that could happen as of tomorrow, it could happen as of today. We don't have any ETA on it, but it will be coming here very shortly. Same thing also goes with the current 11 attachment glitch. This is something that could happen as, again, today, tomorrow, whenever. It's just something that needs a hot fix, not a title update. But for those that are unfamiliar with this has been making the rounds on almost any social platform that may be talking about Call of Duty. It's a glitch that's incredibly easy to do, and it allows you to stack weapon perks on top of existing Vanguard weapon perks, or even add some perks to weapons that aren't Vanguard weapons, meaning you can take some of these perks and add an additional perk attachment for no attachment slot on even your Modern Warfare and Cold War weaponry. Now, obviously, this is a game-breaking bug in some right, whether or not you think it's an extremely bad one or not. My lack of care to show how this is done, to telegraph it further, probably shows you where I stand here at this. It annoys the hell out of me, but Raven has acknowledged that a fix is on the way. I would expect this one to be fixed sooner rather than later, but after mentioning those two, that's where we can start to look at our next update, the title update, which is likely going to be something that we see as of the mid-season update for Season 2 here. Now, a lot of these bigger and more exciting things actually come from the quality of life changes that we learned about from the pre-Season 2 briefing here for the future of Warzone, and some of these are actually pretty cool. Firstly, we'll have the ability to control our downed resurrection state, whether or not whenever you get rezzed, you end up jumping to a crouched position or a prone position. Right now, it's automatic where it transfers you to one, but with the Season 2 Reloaded update, you'll be able to choose which one you want to do here. Additionally, we'll have the ability to drop gas masks, something that we haven't seen here out of the first 2 years of Warzone. Definitely be a nice quality of life feature here. I don't know how often it'll be used, but nice to have the option to. Then we'll have the ability to pick up armor from another satchel on the ground, which will remove that issue of if someone picks up the dropped 8 after you kill a player with the armor satchel, you wouldn't be able to get any for yourself as well, because the only way to get the armor from the satchel itself is to end up not having a satchel and equipping it. So really, when you kill somebody with a satchel, they drop in theory 16 plates, but only 8 of those are accessible or lootable to somebody that already has a satchel. After this update, that will be something that changes as well, and you'll have hopefully access to all 16 plates. We'll see a fix for Plunder Duo's XP stacking. We'll see the ability to allow for pickup or dropping of an armor satchel if anybody already owns one, which is a cool little feature here with this one. Weapon swapping while looting, aka double looting, should be something that's taken care of as of the next update as well. And then to round out some of the Warzone specific stuff here, we'll have the more so boring technical side of things, where Xbox crashing to PC dev errors, there's still plenty of crashing issues that should be taken care of and at least cleaned up a little bit. I don't know if we'll ever see a completely crash-free game, but those will be stuff that's taken care of. The redeploy balloons still aren't properly showing up on the TAC map to some degree, so that will be fixed out, and game freezing should also be taken care of as well. Whether that be your loadout freezing, buy station freezing, or just ground loot freezing, some of those issues have already been patched up and should hopefully be completely fixed as of the next update. Now, gameplay changes, we know that we're going to see some stuff here for Rebirth Island. What that entails, we don't quite know. but it is something that's already been specifically stated by the Season 2 pre-launch debriefing blog on the Call of Duty website. Caldera has the potential to continue to evolve. We'll have to see what that holds, but that said, that's the Warzone stuff you can expect to see as of the next update and a little bit beforehand. Now, before we continue, I wanted to take a second to let you know about what's going down over the Call of Duty League. This weekend is the hotly anticipated Major 1 for the CDL. The action so far this season has been crazy, and some teams may not exactly be where you anticipated. Atlanta FaZe are still atop the standings and looking to show the world that they're still in charge of the league, but the London Royal Ravens are right there in it, a surprise favorite through the first few weeks of play. The LA Thieves and the Texas OpTic are showing up in nice form here early on, while Seattle's comeback story arc still has a chance to live on. Toronto started out a little bit rough, but you can't ever count them out now, can ya? Well, Major 1's looking to have some great matchups right out of the gate. OpTic's got a first-round matchup against Seattle, while London, looking to cement a solid season start, faces off against the LA Guerrillas, that being the only team that's given them a loss in the qualifying rounds. We'll also see one team, either LA or Toronto, have to hit the losers bracket early and make a run through there as they face off together in the opening round, where only one can pass through to continue on through winners. All this action kicks off this Thursday on March 3rd at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. in the UK. For those that also want a little incentive to watch all the action here, there's going to be plenty of viewership incentives this weekend, including a handful of double XP tokens, a few customization items, and what I'm most interested in, and what you may be as well, is on Sunday, for the final day of the Major, even a universal camo. Not just the blueprint, but instead a camo that you can put on every single weapon in Vanguard or your Vanguard weaponry in Warzone. All that for simply just checking out the action and linking your Call of Duty accounts and your YouTube accounts. There's plenty of action to be seen and plenty to earn along the way, so make sure you check out the link in the description below to get all the details necessary, and make sure you tune in this weekend for Major 1. But back to it, on the Vanguard side of things, again, a lot can be said here with Vanguard, but honestly, a lot of this stuff is kind of boring technical fixes that we've talked about either in the past or that really might not have as many exciting implications here for the future ahead and the update on hand for the mid-season update and beyond for Vanguard. But lots of fixes already inbound and scheduled. The more whimsical one here to start out with this is that Thomas's birthday in his operator bio will be corrected. He's a time traveler right now, apparently. The new armory perk isn't working for equipment. The spawns on Casablanca definitely need some severe adjustment, and I actually think that they pulled this from, I want to say, Control the other day, because it was so bad where you were just spawning with the enemy team. So that's something that's going to be fixed out here as of this next update. The logic across presumably all modes. The ball turret gunner not counting towards your score and free-for-all. Prestige levels still showing up incorrectly. Scoreboards missing for post-match summary for some. PC and Xbox crashing bugs. The riot shield's inability to shield a player from damage, and dogs being sometimes invulnerable to damage. Those are already scheduled, so meaning that they're not just investigating a fix isn't in the works. The fix is already ready to go. It just needs that title update to push out, which again comes down to the mid-season update likely being that next title update that we get here across Warzone and Vanguard. Now, that's not to say that there aren't other fixes that could end up being finished by the time this update goes out, as there are still a ton being investigated, like the Glide Bomb UI elements persisting after being called in, completionist skins not being obtainable still. The Barbarian division was called out explicitly here at this. I've had issues with that one for quite some time. Kill confirmed matches randomly disconnecting, play of the game's intro lasting longer than intended, XP not tracking on Halima, death counts missing from player scoreboards, party matchmaking bugs that disband parties, high alert working improperly, and other things like that. So there's still plenty of things that we can expect to see here coming over the course of the next update. It's just a matter of what is going to be included in that, how many more of these investigating issues will make it in time for that update. But that said, that's the Vanguard side of things. Again, unfortunately, a little bit more boring than the Warzone side of things. Doesn't really change the ramifications of the gameplay experience too much, but those are fixes that are going to be inbound here with the next title update for Vanguard as well. So that said, that is the changes and updates that you can expect to see here in terms of technical and quality of life fixes as of the next title update. Of course, with the mid-season update likely being that next one, we'll get some new things like some new content here and there, but we'll talk about all of that in a different video upcoming at some point. Today, I just wanted to take a little bit of time to focus on the changes gameplay-wise that we can be seeing as the next title update. And one final mention before we wrap up today's video, once again, make sure you check out all the action here coming from Major 1 this weekend for the Call of Duty League. Lots of action coming, and the first main pillar here pushing down the road towards COD champs later on through the year. Who will take home the first major? That's what time will tell, but there's plenty of stellar action to be seen, and if you tune in, you can even earn tons of stuff in-game as well, so long as you link your Call of Duty account and your YouTube account. Even that universal camo, like we mentioned, usable on all Vanguard weaponry, not just one or two, for the first time in-game outside of the CDL team packs in Vanguard. So if you're interested in learning more, check the link in the description below to get the entire scoop. Thanks again to the Call of Duty League for sponsoring this video. But that said, let me know your thoughts down below. What do you guys think of these changes here? Is there something you hope to see coming in either Warzone or Vanguard that we didn't quite get around to? Anything you're hopeful that may not have been mentioned anywhere but you'd like to see happen? Whatever the case, drop your thoughts down below. But if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor, drop a like on the video. And if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button to stay updated with all things Warzone, Vanguard, and anything Call of Duty related. We'll keep you up to date here on the channel with all of it. That said, thanks so much for watching. My name is Espresso. I'll see you guys later. Take care and peace.